Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Something Artsy. We're great to have you with us on our program. We're going to be talking shortly with Alexander Roth, Art Director and Curator at the Wanda Gog House. But first of all, we want to mention, too, Something Artsy is produced by State Street Theater. It's a way to collaborate with other arts and culture entities and people in the area, sharing interesting events and information with our viewers. Artsy itself is a collaboration with the New Ulm Access Cable Television Channel, NewCat as we know it, whose filming of this show makes it possible. State Street Theater is grateful to the City of New Ulm for partnering with us on this, and also thanks to Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council for their grant to make Something Artsy possible. My name's Jim Bartles. I'll be your host for this program and a few more here as we go along. And Alexander Roth, welcome to the program. Good to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Jim. It's great to be here.
All right. So let's talk about what's going on in Wanda Gog House. And the first thing we want to talk about is just the summer hours, because we're into June now in the summer. And then we're going to talk about the exhibit that's going on and some other things as well. Yeah. So what are the summer hours for folks?
Summer hours are Saturday from 11 to 4 and Sunday from 10 to 2. And also you can usually call for tours, and we are trying to expand those. Like a lot of places here, we need volunteers, and we're always looking for people to help out, and especially to be greeters to help and greet at the house and that. So, but before we go on, I do want to do a shout out to several people who really helped this whole exhibit happen.
Let's do it.
Which is amazing. Madsen Inc., which are an advertising agency here in New Ulm. They've been amazing. It's incredible to work with them. A friend and a person I used to work with in New York, Greg Clark Designs. Sweet Haven Tonics, they came and provided the refreshments and really helped kind of put a new vibe into the place. And of course, buying the artwork would be the Carl and Werner Schmidt Foundation. They were, it's imperative to have people like that. We're really lucky.
Great. Good to put those thank yous out there. Well, you talked about tours. If someone wants to line up a tour, roughly how many minutes, how long is the tour going to take? And I suppose there's flexibility in that, but what do you recommend for folks to know? Because I think there are people who would be interested, or maybe they've got family and relatives coming to town, and we'd like to show this off because Wanda Gog's a well-known name.
Absolutely. Really, I think you could go through the house in about an hour if you wanted to, and if you really wanted to, you could probably do it in 20 minutes. You could always squeeze it in. We had somebody from LA who's actually an Emmy award-winning costumer, and they were there in the house for 3.5 hours. I mean, they were totally taken with them. So it's really the kind of what you want to make out of it, because there's so much there. There's obviously the books, which I want to say we're kind of highlighting nothing at all, along with, of course, Millions of Cats, which just reached the public domain this year, which is a big deal. There's also the artwork and the art of the Gog family. There's also the house itself, which is a work of art. It's really amazing. Yeah. So
let's talk about the exhibit that's on right now. More Than Cats.
Yes. Yes.
Share information on that.
Well, I have this T-shirt on, and actually, shout out to the Journal as well. They put a little yours truly on top here. They did a wonderful job, and I do own more shirts than just this one. But the reason I wore this is one of the publications that Wanda wrote for in New York City, the house itself is really a work of art. More Than Cats is really about. If you look especially over the pandemic and everything, so Millions of Cats was really highlighted there. And it's, of course, highlighted now because it's Millions of Cats and it's in the public domain. But we're really trying to look at that. She was a suffragette, Wanda. She was a feminist. She was tenacious. She was someone that, everybody tried to push her into their own way of being. They said, give up this art thing. It's not going to work for you. Well, obviously they were wrong. In New York, they tried to push her into the commercial zone. She didn't do that. She went to New Jersey and rented a ramshackle place there and kept doing what she was doing. So that, I think, is really important. It's that story. And that's the story of the whole Gog family was like that.
So again, the exhibit, you take that in. That's part of what you can see if you're touring or just stopping by, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And we probably don't want to assume, but folks who don't know, Wanda Gog, born, raised in New Ulm, and then moved out of New Ulm and then over to New York and et cetera, right?
Yeah. Yes. I have to say, I lived in New York City for a long time, and the Statue of Liberty is amazing. But when you're in New York, it's just kind of something you pass by. So this whole thing with Wanda Gog is nothing special in that way, in the way that the New Ulmers, she's part of the fabric here. It's Memorial Day, and I was thinking, why not do a staycation here? I mean, there's so much to see here.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And again, Wanda Gog, millions of cats, so famous for that. You referred to her family, and I think I saw something just recently. Again, her sister was a pretty good artist as well.
Amazing, right? Yeah. As a matter of fact, we have 355 new work, and there were a couple pieces in there that I looked, and I was just astounded. And one of them I used as the highlight for the Flavia room. And I was so grateful. One woman came in, she goes, "It's Kandinsky. I mean, this is," and I'm like, it's amazing. Yeah, we're really lucky. We're really lucky here.
Yeah, so that's great. Website, it's a new website, a little information if people want to take a peek at that.
It is, and we finally got it up and running. Of course, doing the house and trying to juggle all this, and I love the way it looks, and we have a lot of information there. We're still always tweaking the information on it, but the information's all accurate. We're also tweaking the house, by the way. I'm slightly obsessive compulsive, so I'll be switching that house around through the whole summer. So if you saw it at the beginning of the summer and you want to come back in August, please do. You'll see something different. So.
And the address for the website is?
WandaGogHouse.org, I believe. And I'm so sorry, but I just click on my, wherever I have the link. WandaGogHouse.org, yeah.
All right, so WandaGogHouse.org. Check it out for more information. Hours are probably posted there as well. Any other events coming up that you want to mention?
Let's see. Well, in the past, we just did some readings at Luca Books. We're going to do some more readings at the house. And mostly it's just the tours and that at this time.
Okay, again, our guest is Alexander Roth. He's the art director and curator of the Wanda Gog House here in town. For someone who doesn't know, location. You have an address? You got it memorized?
I don't actually, but it's right on 3rd North and Washington.
3rd North and Washington.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
So that's the location.
It's the big Queen Anne Victorian. You won't miss it.
Yeah, it's been, I think, about 3 years since I've been there. Yeah. But always interesting. I love going way up to the top, and the room that was used for painting and so forth. That was really, really good. Yeah. All right, Alexander, anything else? Otherwise, I appreciate having you in.
I think that's it. Jim, thanks so much, and thanks to New Cat.
Yeah, and again, Wanda Gog House, located at 3rd North in Washington.
Yep.
And you want to check it out and enjoy it. It's one of those assets that we have in New Ulm, and something we're proud to share on Something Artsy. Along with Alexander Roth from the Wanda Gog House, this is Jim Bartles.
Thanks.
Welcome to another segment of Something Artsy. Jim Bartles, your host. Glad to have you with us and appreciate your joining us for this. We talked to Lori Jewell, who's the executive director of State Street Theater. I got to put this plug in, folks, because I think it kind of fits. A lot of you know that I've been at KNUJ Radio for a long time. We just celebrated our 75th anniversary. I think that's a neat thing for the community, too. So.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Very cool.
It's a big deal. I was around for many of those years.
A long time.
So,
I
anyway.
love that.
Let's talk about State Street Theater, which, again, Something Artsy is produced by State Street Theater as well. Lori, ticketing system. I'm on your mailing list, and we do a few things. My wife and I like to help a little bit with State Street Theater.
Yeah.
What about the ticketing system?
Okay, so this new ticketing system has really kicked off well. So it's the opportunity for people to purchase tickets for individual seats. So they can choose their seats. When they have their favorite, they can always go back and choose that same seat for a different show, that kind of thing. So it's all in our website, and that's how they would get to the program. It's through www.statestreettheater.com. State Street NewUlm.org.
State Street NewUlm.
Yep.
.org.
That's where they can find ticket information.
And so you're able to order your tickets online?
Online. Or come to our box office.
Either way.
Yep. And our box office is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon.
Monday through Friday, 9 to noon.
So if you're not into doing stuff online, no problem. Come to us. We'll be able to take care of your ticketing needs.
Yeah. And there's
really
those...
easy.
I know myself at times also.
Yeah.
Can I call you? Can I stop in?
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, and call us.
What's the phone number?
That's 507-359-9999. 9990.
507-359-9990, and we want to be saying that 507 because pretty soon that's going to be
It's gonna be
important.
switching over,
We have to use that. So
Yep, exactly.
everybody on all your numbers, if you're putting it in your phone or writing it down, get that 507 in there because it's going to be needed.
Exactly.
All right, so ticketing, I think that's pretty cool.
It
I think
is.
that's a neat step forward.
Yep.
And again, you can order by the seats. By the way, let's just mention the seats. The seats are nice there now too,
Yay!
right?
Isn't that exciting? I
Yeah.
know. I've just started in this position a few months ago.
New
and
seats, really nice, little wider, yes.
Absolutely, and I've inherited this beautiful space that they've really worked hard to get up to this world-class level.
Yeah, yep.
So it's great. The seats are improved. We've got a lot of other improvements as well, and it's really exciting. It's a great time to be at State Street Theater.
Excellent, excellent. Lori, we got to talk about the season subscription that's available for people now.
Yes, absolutely. So we have our 2024-2025 season subscription. So that is a couple of different options for folks to get a deep discount on buying tickets to the theater. So we have a concert series, and that's the show series. So that's all 5 different concerts. And then, or they can also add on the 3 plays. So 2 plays and 1 musical to have 8 nights of entertainment within the season. So with your season subscription, you not only get discounts, you get to choose your seats for the whole season in those new cushy seats.
Yep.
So
And new, a little bit wide, a little
that's
more
right.
room.
Comfortable.
Yeah, more comfortable,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then you've got your season subscription for the whole season. You know that you're going to be able to attend all of those shows, and you get a discount if at the door you want to purchase additional tickets. Maybe you've got family that came into town and they want to see the show, so you get to get those tickets for your friends and family at a discount as well on the day of the performance.
Roughly discount, are we talking?
Oh, $180 on one package. I think it's $160 discount on another package.
Okay, so anyway, good, and check that out. And again, people can get information on that off your website, statestreetnewulm.org. You can call 359-9990.
And stop by that box office.
Box office, Monday
We
through
would
Friday, 9
love to
till
walk people
noon.
through it. Yep.
Okay, all right, so let's talk a little bit about one of the plays, musicals that's
Yes.
coming up, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, this show is the first musical that Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote. So it is a famous
I've
show.
heard of him.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep, so we are doing a show by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and this show includes story from the Bible. So it's a great, interesting story of Joseph and his family and how they get at odds, and Pharaoh makes an appearance. So it's a lot of fun. This is a great family show for everyone to come and attend, and it's going to be showing for 3 nights. So we've got opportunity for everyone. It's Friday, July 26th, Saturday, July 27th, and then Sunday, July 28th is the matinee at 2 p.m.
All right. And again, auditions are done.
Correct. We're in
Rehearsals are going on
yes.
now. Do you need volunteers yet for this?
Yeah, we sure do. And those opportunities are on our website, or you can stop by the box office and we can help get you signed up.
What's an idea of some of the volunteer things that you need? I know you set up more beverages. You need somebody there, ticket takers. What?
Yep, all of those, all of the above. Yep. So we need folks on the night of a show, and then the benefit of coming and working a show is then you get the opportunity to stay and watch the show. Or we also need volunteers that can help with things like distributing our flyers all over town. So that's kind of a fun thing for people to do as a family. You know, again, just grab the kids and jump in the car and go bop around and throw flyers out all over. We could use help with putting up banners. You know, you notice our 2 banners that we have around town.
Yep.
So we need help to put those up and take those down after shows. We have opportunities at the facility itself. Like maybe your business wants to have a volunteer day. We would love to have your group come. We've got one coming the end of this month. So we'd love to have your group, or maybe your faith-based group come and a volunteer as a group together. Maybe your business, your Kiwanis Club, or the Rotary Club, or whoever wants to come volunteer.
Ideas
So
for a lot
lots
of people and
to
things
come.
you can do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll set up a special day just for your volunteer group.
All right, great. Lori Jewell is with us. She's Executive Director, State Street Theater. New Ulm Area Foundation grant is something that you folks are able to get, and
Yes.
I know you want to do a thank you on this too.
Absolutely, yeah. The New Ulm Area Foundation is really pivotal for so many nonprofits in the area, and we just wanted to send out a huge debt of gratitude to them for our most recent application that we just received notification on.
Excellent. So a big thank you there.
Yes.
So a reminder again, statestreetnewulm.org. That's the website. Phone number 507-359-9990. Box office is,
Monday through Friday, 9 to noon.
okay, and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, dates again and the hours of those?
Yeah, so that is July 26th, 27th, and 28th. And the 28th is that matinee at 2 p.m.
All right. And Lori, you grew up in New Ulm, right?
I sure did. Yes, yep. Yeah, I graduated from public in 1989.
Okay.
And then I was gone for quite a while. I was away for about 34 years, doing costume design and other things. And
You're doing some things with Up With People.
Up
A
With
lot of people have heard of them.
Was one of the programs. I worked with Littleton Town Hall Theater. I was with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines doing costuming. So it's been a wild ride, and now I'm back in New Ulm and really enjoying it.
What led you to getting hooked up with State Street Theater?
My mom and dad saw the ad in the Journal, and they said, "Oh, this might be a cool job for you."
Yeah.
And I applied, and here I am. So
Yeah.
it worked out really well.
Very good.
They're
Great.
excited to have me back.
Yeah, super. Great to have you with us again, State Street Theater. So much has been done with that over the last several years,
Yep.
and another super asset for this community of New Ulm.
Absolutely. Come join us.
Lori Jewell, thanks so much. That's this segment, State Street Theater. Check him out. This is Jim Bartles as your host. Welcome to another segment of Something Artsy. Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council is folks who give us a grant that makes something artsy possible. Thank you for joining us. Our guest on this segment, Tamara Firth from the Grand Center for Arts and Culture. Tamara, good to have you back again.
Yes, thank you. Good to be here.
We're looking at a schedule of things to talk about. There's a lot to talk about as we're getting into summer and June and beyond. So let's get right at it. The cabaret, first of all. Entertainment continues to be there on Friday nights.
Yes, exactly. We'll continue to have our live music in the cabaret. I know some people have been asking about the deck because a lot of times in the summer we'd have our music outdoors. But we are doing some repair work on the deck and also the backyard after our big construction project last year. So music will be indoors this summer, but the same time frame from 7 to 9:30. And Friday nights, we've got a fun lineup, just a lot of different musicians from the region. We start out on the 7th with Barrett Finken, and she's a singer-songwriter, so a lot of kind of folk music type of style. On the 14th, we've got Phil Burbig, and he's just a really entertaining performer, kind of a fun one-man show, a lot of eclectic style music. Then on the 21st, we've got Juliet and the Montagues, and that's a fun group out of the cities, kind of a funky jazz group. And then we finish off on the 28th with Chris Bertrang, so again, a folk singer.
All right, and again, always the second Thursday of the month, you've got open mic, right?
We do. We have Molly and Sunny Boy that host the event, and it's really grown since last fall when they started. So we're excited to carry that through the summer, and that event is from 7 to 9, so just a 2-hour time slot. And really, we welcome singers, musicians. We've had some poetry reading, comedians, just anything that kind of fits that venue of open mic.
So come in, and again, is that a 7 to 9:30 roughly, or
7 to 9. They just do a 2-hour time slot.
2-hour thing?
Yep,
Open
on that
mic,
Thursday.
second Thursday of the month. Keep that in mind. All right, so we're talking about the Grand Center for Arts and Culture. Tamara Firth, our guest. Four Pillars Gallery. Update us on that major thing here during most of the month of June.
Yes, we have a fun young artist coming in. She's a recent graduate from Mankato State, and she's had a couple of, she's had several works in different shows around Mankato, but this will be her first solo show. She's very excited, multi-talented. She paints, she does sculpture, so she's going to be bringing work to us from June 7th to the 28th on display in the Four Pillars Gallery. So we're really excited to see. I think she'll have a combination of different mediums, paintings, sculpture, that type of thing.
It says Texture of Emotion. Is that her
Yes,
title?
that's the title of her show. Yeah,
Okay.
Abby Lundebrick. So
All right, so outside of the Grand, what is known as the smallest museum. I've seen that. I check that out from time to time. What do we got going on in the smallest museum outside of the Grand, right in front?
yes, so this summer we always have our creativity camps, and so the exhibit that will be showcased June 14th to the 16th will be some of the creations that the kids create during that camp. We did have it on pause through the winter. We've brought it back out now for the summer months. So yeah, there'll be, I think, a fun mix of pottery and paintings and just different things created by young artists.
And if these young artists are out there and are interested in displaying, or maybe their parents or grandparents say, hey, have you thought about trying to do this? How do they get in touch with the Grand or with yourself?
Yes, exactly. We're looking for more exhibits throughout the summer and fall. And so you can just reach out to us either via our website. There's a contact information, so thegrandnewulm.org, or you can call us at 359-9222. And we'll give you the information needed to see if it works for your exhibit.
All right, website again, thegrandnewulm.org.
Yes.
Phone number 507-359-9222.
Correct. Yes.
All right, we'll
so
refer-
reach out. We're always looking for fun new exhibits. So yes.
Yeah, okay. Again, our guest is Tamara Firth from the Grand Center for Arts and Culture. Programming-wise, Cellar Press, collaborative poster making, prints about dreams, ages 15 and up. Share, please.
Yes, well, currently we have an artist resident, Elizabeth Macmillan, and her focus is creating prints and art that sort of represent the abstractness of dreams and just how impactful that can be. And so she is going to be teaching a class. It'll obviously involve setting type and then also artistic work, but kind of centered around that.
Tamara, let's turn the page a little bit and talk about the Cellar Press. We've talked about this before. And collaborative poster making, prints about dreams for ages 15 and up. I know you have a class right in the early part of June for this, right?
Yes, we do. We currently have one of our artist residents there, Elizabeth Macmillan, and she is investigating, or she's, I guess, exploring art representing the abstractness of dreams. And so she's taking that theme to one of her classes. And that class will be Saturday, June 1st, from 12 to 3. You can register online on our website. We do still have room available. But yeah, she's really wanting artists to kind of have some freedom to explore what dreams represent, creating images and type that would represent that. So you can learn more about it too on our website.
Before we started recording, I was mentioning to you, I was recently down in Nashville and saw the Hatch Book Press area in downtown Nashville. Had a tour there actually, and they also work with big old-fashioned press machines and large letters and linotype of this and that. Very interesting, and it made me think about what we have in the basement at the Grand in New Ulm.
Yes, and I think, we did just have our 5-year anniversary in May and an open house to kind of invite people into that space again, because like you say, I think there are a lot of people that don't realize what a unique treasure we have down there with lots of different presses, lots of different type. So really, for printmakers or people who are interested in learning more about that art form, we really have wonderful resources.
Yeah,
so
that's
something to check out.
Pretty cool thing. And of course, many years ago, 60, 70 years ago, all of our area newspapers were setting up their papers with that kind of press. So
Yeah, one of our big one of our big presses comes from actually the Mankato Free Press. So exactly like you say, they were used to print our papers.
Yeah. All right, let's go again to the next segment on this summer creativity camps, and you've got some coming up in June and beyond. Let's talk about what the offering is there.
Yes, it's such an exciting opportunity for young people to explore art in just a fun way. Because again, a camp setting is always, I think, a little more relaxed than, say, a classroom where the instructors here are all retired art teachers. They love working with kids. We have camp the first week of June, so June 3rd through the 7th, and all of the registration for this camp goes through Community Ed. Okay. So you can still go to our website and it'll link you to the Community Ed page, but you register through Community Ed here in New Ulm, and we have 2 different sessions, I guess. The first one in June It's for kids grades K through 7, so you have to have completed kindergarten through 7th grade. And the morning session from 9 to noon is for the younger students from kindergarten through 3rd grade. And then the afternoon session is for 4th to 7th graders, and that runs 1 to 4. So the fee is about $150, and that covers all the supplies, all the projects the kids make. If you need, some financial support on that, we do have scholarships available, so you can always contact the grant for that. But we do still have room available. These are always a big hit. Kids love them. They always walk away with just amazing projects. They'll be doing, ceramics, so pottery on the pottery wheel, painting projects. They'll get to do some activities in the cellar press with printmaking and just woodworking projects, weaving. So we really try to touch on all the different arts.
Kindergarten through 7th graders. And is this the only session, so to speak, for the summer, June 3 through 7?
We have this one, and then we do have another creativity camp offered later in the summer in August. So
Okay.
we have, let's see, I guess I don't have the dates on here, but it would be the first week of August.
All right.
That would also be on our website. And then I should mention too, we are partnering with 4-H, and we're going to be offering a teen cuisine, so kind of looking at the culinary arts, and that'll be in July. So. and that's
Teen cuisine.
Yes, geared
All
more
right.
for those teenagers.
And again, for the creativity camps, register online with New Ulm Community Ed.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. And last thing I've got down here, Indigenous Flute and Drum Circle,
Yes.
Tuesday, June 18th?
So this is something that one of our members, Deb Eglund, has been kind of starting and just welcoming people into the space to practice and be introduced to Indigenous flutes and drums. She has the collection, so you don't need to bring your own. You just show up and then kind of learn a little bit about these instruments and have an opportunity to play. And so she has started doing this now the 3rd Tuesday of the month, so that would be June 18th this month. And just to look for that, it's from 3 to 4 in the afternoon, and no experience needed, just to come in and kind of explore this music.
Wow, check
Yeah.
that out. 3rd Tuesday of the month. I want to remind people again, the website, thegrandnewulm.org, and the phone number, 507-359-9222. Anything else we need to cover, Tamara?
I think that'll do it. Yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out. We'd love to have you in the grant.
Thanks for joining us on Something Artsy.
Thank you.
That's this segment. Thanks for joining us. And welcome once again to another segment of Something Artsy. It's produced by State Street Theater, and it's a collaboration with other arts and culture entities and people in the area, sharing interesting events and information with viewers. Our guest on this segment, Kurt Van Aston.
Correct.
Okay. I'll make sure I get that. He's the general manager out of Shell's Brewery. We've got a lot of things to talk about. First of all, I've got an information sheet on all sorts of things. Beer gardens, Sundays. That's really gotten to be a very popular, positive thing for New Ulm. A lot of people like to go out there. It's very casual and comfortable.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we roll summer music. We have a lot of music and food trucks this summer. I think when we kind of added it together, I think we're pushing about 80 dates between food trucks and music. So, yeah, primarily Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Almost every Saturday we'll have music down there at some point. For sure, every Sunday we have music, and then we sprinkle in some Fridays as well. And then one thing we do in June as well is we do Pints and Paws. So it's a pet-friendly event in our beer garden. So you can bring your dog, your pet, come on down and enjoy the music, the atmosphere with your furry friend. You don't have to leave them at home. You can come out and hang out. So.
And that's Wednesdays from 6 to 8?
Correct. Wednesdays from 6 to 8, June only. And then 20% of all of our sales that day go right back to local shelters. So we support the area shelters within our route region and support their missions and what they need.
Let's mention the entertainment on those Sunday afternoons again. I know it starts out with the Beer Garden Boys. This is 1 to 4:30, right?
Yep. So Memorial Day weekend we kick off with the Beer Garden Boys, and then we roll right into Generation Gap, Dane Dutchman, Nate Fredrickson, and the list is just kind of ever evolving through the Sundays.
Yeah, Krista Bowman's going to be out there too. Well, she's a talent as well.
She loves playing out there, and she brings a good crowd and a high energy. It's always nice to have her
We've
out
come
there.
down there with friends. It's just a fun. Yeah, you've got the taps are open and whatever, but it's fairly shaded down there, that little amphitheater. It's
Yeah.
neat. It's neat.
And we've put up some extra signage and stuff. There's a lot more color. We kind of updated some windows and really kind of bringing that beer garden vibe a little bit.
And again, Pints and Paws, that's Wednesdays in June, pet friendly, 6 to 8 p.m. And various entertainment there. June 5th, it starts with the Super Bastards.
Yeah,
That sounds interesting.
I didn't pick that name, but yeah, I actually met these kids when they're out of Mankato. They started playing together when they were in high school. So now they're through college and starting their music careers, and I'm good friends with them. And they're two talented artists. They play in various different bands. They get together every now and then, not too often, but what they do, it's something special because they've been playing together for a long time. So.
And then Mel Murphy, Chris Bertrand, and Tristan Blue kind of go throughout the month of June. What about the food trucks on Fridays? Let's talk a little bit about that on Fridays and Saturdays and what's going on.
Yeah, so it's always nice to have an option. We're kind of hidden back there, away from downtown or any food options. So we like to have something. If you have something to eat, you'll probably drink another beer, hang out a little bit longer. Yeah. So just trying to be cognizant of our visitors and kind of what's going on in town. Trying not to compete with downtown. I mean, we're not open very late at all, so. More of that kind of lunchtime, and then by dinner, if you're looking for something to do, we try to push you downtown and support the bars and restaurants down there. But we have a new truck that's starting off. Black Street Market's kicking off Memorial Day weekend, and then Fisher's Sleepy Eye Bison Grill. They're a brand new truck this year. They've been kind of popping around a little bit, so they'll make their debut at Shell's. But we have a couple taco trucks, some Mexican trucks. Rick's bringing, he has a brand new, Rick Com has his brand new hot dog stand, so he's coming down. So that Doggone Eats, that's Rick. He'll be down there slinging hot dogs and brats.
Right.
So.
At 12 to 6. Those are 12 to 6 on Fridays.
Yep, depending. Yeah, for the
Roughly?
most part, it's 12 to 6.
Okay.
Depending on food and setup and things like that. So.
What about Saturdays? Saturdays, you get some food trucks also.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. If you just kind of check out our website or our Facebook
Yeah.
or socials, we have them all listed. Who's going to be there, what to look for, what kind of flair they're going to bring.
Yep.
You can always find something that pairs well in the Shell's Beer Hall with whatever food's down there. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so a couple other things. Trivias. You're going to have some trivia things coming up on Thursdays?
Yep, so we're starting in June. So June and July, we have an 8-week session. So Thursdays in June and July from 8 to 6 in the beer hall. So that'll be new this year. Lots of interest in that already. We've gotten a lot of phone calls. So we're excited to test everyone's knowledge and pick their brains and see who comes out on top. Every
6 to
week.
8.
6 to 8.
6 to 8,
Correct.
okay. All right. And June 8th, it's the 3rd anniversary of the beer hall already?
Can you believe that already? Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. So we'll be kicking off rolling into our 3rd year, and we'll have drink specials, food truck. We have music. So the Rain Kings are actually going to be there. They're going to actually play in the beer garden, but that'll be from 3 to 6, so a little bit of earlier music that day. And we're also going to have that day we have a car roll in from 10 to 1. So we're encouraging people with old cars or motorcycles, or if you want to show off a new Corvette or whatever you have, to bring it down and park it and have a little fun in the morning as we kind of just roll into that busy day. So,
June 8th.
June 8th. Yep.
June 8th. Check it out. Let's talk a little bit about June 22nd.
Yeah, that'll be a busy day.
You had a couple of things going on there. Let's cover those.
Yeah, so June 22nd. So I had an idea. I was kind of looking around town. It's our 170th of New Ulm. So it's our 170th anniversary of the town. So there's a couple people trying to get something rolling to have that celebration. And I kind of picked it up and ran with it. So we're going to do an event that's called Between the Breweries. So we're going to be popping up at South Park between Houndstein and Shell's. So
Yeah.
Between the Breweries, hence the name. So it's going to be a beer, music, and history festival down there. So we're going to have music starting at 12 o'clock. So we'll have a beer garden, some food trucks. The Shell's Border Batch guys are going to be down there with beer memorabilia, signs. So they'll do buy, sell, swap, or appraisals. If anything you want to bring down to see what it's worth. If you have something in your basement, you're not quite sure how much it's worth, they'll come down and check it out and give you an idea of what it's worth, what it could sell for. And then we'll have live music. So every 60 minutes, we're going to have someone go on, and there's going to be a 15-minute changeover. We're actually going to have the Historical Society down there is going to have a tent with some memorabilia and information on the 170th of New Ulm. And then between those bands are going to get up on stage. Terry Sweeney's going to give us some color commentary of different eras or locations or certain things around New Ulm, and just kind of keep people engaged and thing to do. So you can come out and just hang out, enjoy the beer garden, enjoy the music. But also, we have one more extra thing. we're going to have pop-out tours. So it's kind of a choose-your-own adventure if you want to just kind of hang out, enjoy music, enjoy the atmosphere. Otherwise, at 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4 o'clock, so you got 5 hours to pick from, you can tour Shells. You can do the Shells tour. Junior Pioneer Park is going to have some of their leadership there to walk around the park, explain the new shelter, kind of the importance of the Junior Pioneers and what they've done for the city. And also, something really cool is we worked out with the owners of Hauenstein. We're going to do a walking tour of the Hauenstein grounds. So we're going to lead people around and kind of do a point-and-click tour of what the buildings were, what they were used for. Not many people, a lot of people know it's there, but not many people have been up there and kind of looked around and taken a look because it's all private residence. So we have the 3 owners involved, and actually one of the property owners is going to be the ones that give the tour. So it's going to be pretty special to kind of check out the different areas around South Park and what kind of that side of town did for the history of New Ulm while celebrating New Ulm itself. So.
And I don't know if everyone's familiar with Hauenstein Brewery. Closed down, I think, somewhere around the late 60s, something like that. You still see the label out there,
Yep.
that Fred Little guy on their label and so forth. But Hauenstein beer was part of New Ulm Brewing and Shells, of course. Now, celebrating the 170th of New Ulm, and that's a Saturday?
That's Saturday the 22nd, correct. So it'll be from noon to 6:30. We're going to do last call. Let everyone kind of hit the food trucks one more time for dinner or head on downtown. And then also, we kind of have that whole day planned for you if you want to stick around that side of town. We actually have a comedy crew coming through town. So at 8 o'clock in our beer garden that night, we have a comedy crew from, I want to say, Boston coming through to make a stop. So we'll have 3 or 4 comics in the beer garden for a night of laughter, fun, and just kind of lightheartedness.
So it'll be in the beer garden, not in the beer hall.
Beer garden. So
Okay.
beer garden dependent on weather. So hopefully we can be outside and kind of have some comedy under the trees. So
June 22nd.
yeah,
Might want to keep that in mind. And again, you can always find out more information at the Shells website, shellsbrewery.com.
correct.
Kurt, anything else you want to talk about? Kurt Van Asten, our general manager of Shells Brewery, who's with us, that we're talking about all these fun things. Anything else?
I mean, when Memorial Day hits, we'll be busy with our tour season, and if you have family or friends in town, well, we open our tours back up to 7 days a week. So if you're looking for something to do, looking for an hour to burn, or want to learn a little bit more about us, if you haven't been to the brewery in a year or so, Ted's been redoing the museum, so it looks a lot different than what it was. It's all set up really nicely in eras by president and what they did and their accomplishments and the growth of the industry and the brewery by presidency. So now we're starting to lean into, Ted's phasing out and Kyle's coming in, so we got another section we got to start getting ready. So
Wow, that's good stuff. Ted was on the radio the other day with our guys in the morning show celebrating the 75th anniversary of KNUJ.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been there because Brian was asking Ted, do you remember some of the early commercials for Shells Brewery?
Yeah.
And Ted offhand didn't remember. He remembered Mock Schnell, Kaufa Shell, which Shells used to be the sponsor of the Sunday afternoon parade of old time bands. But he wasn't thinking of the old jingle, which I happen to know. And it was that old, been 100 years of brewing, Minnesotans they are doing. They're drinking a beer, a cold Shells beer. There's pleasure packed right in it. So let's enjoy a Shells this minute. You'll love the smile of the style of the beer with a smile. Let's drink a toast to Shells. It's Minnesota's finest beer. Anyway, that was it. And that, when I was first at the station, we found these albums. Those commercials, those jingles were on album. They weren't even on tape.
That's awesome.
They were on vinyl.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that they have those. I think I gave those to Ted a few years ago. And then they had the other comedian commercials that they had and so forth. We could talk for a long time. Anyway, but that's part of the history and legacy of Shells Brewery. Okay, Kurt, so I think we've covered it all.
Yeah, we got a busy June, a busy summer. So yeah, if you're looking for something to do or, just kind of burn a couple minutes or an hour, just kind of check out our website or our socials. We're fairly busy this summer, so.
Trivia's starting on Thursdays, 6 to 8 in the evening. That's starting up. And then you've got the 3rd anniversary of the Beer Hall, June 8th, June 22nd. Big day, lots of things, including Between the Breweries. That sounds fun. June 22nd. That's going to do it for now. Again, Kurt, thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it.
That's our segment of Something Artsy. Jim Bartles, your host. Thanks for joining us. Well, in Something Artsy in the month of June, we've actually got 6 segments we're bringing you. And the next one is with New Ulm Public Library. Leroy Harris is here, programming and technical service librarian, who's here, and we appreciate him being here. Something Artsy again, of course, produced by State Street Theater, and State Street Theater grateful to the city of New Ulm for partnering with us. So thank you to them. But Leroy, time for us to get started. Did I get your title correct or not?
Programming and technology services.
Technology service.
In the librarian world, technology services and technical services are actually two different things.
We want to make sure I got it right then.
It's all right.
Okay, good enough. So let's get at it. I know you get into the summer, you get really busy.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a
Yeah.
huge list of things here that would weight down a car really well.
Yep.
But let's get going. Summer reading is going to be started. Things for the kids, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So our children's librarian, Catherine, takes a break in May so that from programming, so she is getting everything prepped for the summer reading program, which happens in June and July. So it's going to start on Monday, June 3rd, and it'll run through July 28th. And next week, right after Memorial Day, you can come in and pick up your reading log. So there's two separate age groups. So there's 0 to 5th grade, and then 6th grade to starting 12th grade in the fall. And for the younger kids, here's your tracking sheet. Our theme this year is Adventure Begins at Your Library. And so kids, all they have to do is read 20 minutes a day, every day, for the whole week. They can come in at any point during the summer reading program up to the children's desk and get a stamp for the week, win a prize with that. And for the older kids, it's 30 minutes a day for each day of the week as they stamp through here and go. There are going to be a lot of great activities, but you can turn in your reading log up through Monday, August 5th. And if you're going on vacation, stop by the children's room and get some reading logs anyway, because you can read anywhere. Audiobooks count, being read to counts, reading newspapers, magazines, whatever gets you interested. And so kids have a lot of options that they can do there. So yeah, each week they'll get a prize for what they turn in. And there's also, we're partnering for a scavenger hunt downtown. And you can get the sheet for that up in the children's room, again, starting the day after Memorial Day. There's going to be a prize for that too, for completing that.
Good program, and you can never encourage reading enough. That's super. And
Absolutely.
Like how you can work around vacations, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and so story time will start back up. We've got our regular story times each Monday morning at 10:30, and then we're past pajama party story time because we're hitting in the summer, and so now it's campfire story time. Wednesday evenings at 6:30. So come join our children's librarian in the evening for campfire story time. I can't guarantee that there will actually be a campfire outside, but there will be a lot of fun things with that.
What days are those?
So regular story time is every Monday morning at 10:30, and campfire story time is every Wednesday evening at 6:30.
Wednesdays at 6:30. Okay.
Yep. Our teen anime club is getting going through the summer, so their June meeting is going to be Tuesday, June 4th, right? That first Tuesday, and they meet at 2:30 here in our meeting room. They watch some anime, have some snacks, talk about fun things, Japanese culture, and that's open for 6th through 12th grade. We've got a couple afternoon movies in June. We've got one on Friday, June 7th, and one on Friday, June 21st, so 2 weeks apart there. On the 7th, we're going to be watching Peter Pan, and on the 21st, they're going to be watching El Dorado, so some good kids' adventure-type movies there. Our regular STEM programs for kids are going to be happening, so the Creative Kids and the Wacky Wonders, those ones you want to make sure you register for them, so our children's librarian has what she needs materials-wise and knows what to expect.
How do you register?
You can register by calling the library, 507-359-8331, or you can go on the library's website, newhamlibrary.org, click on the events calendar, and you can find the event, and there's an online registration link right there. You can also follow us on our Facebook page because we post about those and include the links in those posts too.
Okay, and the website, newulmlibrary.org?
Yep,
Okay.
that's right.
All right.
And then we have our special events for June for kids. So first on Friday, June 14th at 10 in the morning, the Traveling Lantern Theater is going to be presenting their Quest for Kakapo program. So it's a theatrical program, but it's interactive with the kids. They're going to go on an adventure, and they're going to be helping a caterpillar hunter as he travels around the world to New Zealand. So it should be a lot of fun.
What was the name of that again?
The Quest for Kakapo.
Quest for Kakabo.
Yep.
Got it.
And
Okay.
it's going to be...
Well, that's got to draw interest right alone, by
right.
itself, right?
Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. And then on Thursday, June 27th at 1 p.m., we're going to be up at Han Juice Park next to the community center.
Yep.
And for Global Games, going to join a performer who goes by Mr. Fun. And he's going to talk about world cultures through a variety of skill toys and games from different countries. So you can come and learn about the different types of toys and games that kids play from around the world. And then on Saturday, June 22nd at 2 p.m., come here for the Nintendones Video Game Jazz Orchestra. They're going to be performing a bunch of songs arranged from video games. So come and see if you can recognize some of your favorites, and so that should be a lot of fun.
Nintendones.
Yep,
I love these names.
jazz orchestra. So really full on the children's programming
Yeah.
side.
Great. Takes us to adults. You got
Yep.
lots coming up for them, too.
Absolutely. So our book clubs are all meeting. Our Litwitz Book Club is going to meet the first Monday in June. They're on the 3rd at 6:30, and we're going to be discussing Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe. So a bit of a classic. Still has a lot of things that are really relevant for today. Really interesting. Our poetry group, of course, meets the second Monday of the month at 6:30 p.m. And then our history book club meets the third Tuesday of the month at noon. And we're going to be discussing Ishmael Bea's A Long Way Gone, Memoirs of a Boy Soldier. That's a tough run. That's a hard read, but really, really interesting reading as well. Our mystery book club is doing something new this month, so we still are meeting on the last Monday of the month on June 24th at 6:30, but we're actually reading a sequel to a book we've already discussed. So this is the first time we've done this, actually continued with
Okay.
the series as part of our discussions. And so we're going to be reading Candace Fox's Redemption Point, which is the second book in the On Crimson Lake series set in Australia. So that should be a lot of fun there. We've got, of course, the New Ulm Film Society is continuing their series on mockumentaries. We watched the 1967 Privilege here in May, and in June, we're going to be watching Waiting for Guffman from 1996. So that should be a pretty interesting watch there. We also have our senior movie matinees that we partner with Cast to do, and those are every Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. We're doing films through the decades this year, and so in June, we're going to be doing films from the 1960s. We've got The Manchurian Candidate, To Kill a Mockingbird, Cape Fear, and Planet of the Apes. So those should all be pretty interesting there. Some Gregory Peck and some Charlton Heston, and
Wow.
those will be good.
And all of this is listed on your website.
Yep, it's
right?
it's all on our website.
Did you talk about the genealogy club?
I have not yet. So we're going to be taking a field trip
Yeah.
for our meeting. So it's the regular meeting time, which is the third Thursday of the month, June 20th at 6:30. But we're going to meet over at the back of the Grand, and we're going to be visiting the German Bohemian Heritage Society's research center. So we're real excited to go there. They're going to give us a tour, show us the resources they have. So join us for a field trip. It should be a lot of fun.
Excellent, excellent. You have a comedian coming in later in the month, right?
We do. I'm super excited. Minnesota stand-up comic Ali Sultan is going to be coming to do a 1-hour live stand-up show here at the library on Saturday, June 29th. He'll be here at 3:30 in the afternoon. He's been on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. He's been on Kevin Hart's Heart of the City on Comedy Central. He has a number of YouTube specials that are doing really well. He's a funny guy. We're really excited to have him come.
Is there a charge for that?
Nope. It's a library program, so absolutely
Wow,
not.
excellent,
So,
excellent. All right, Leroy Harris is with us from New Ulm Public Library. Anything else before we wrap up? You had a lot of stuff.
right, my mouth is getting dry. Just besides all of the great programs that we're putting on, please take advantage of the library's other services. Of course, for the summertime, our Library of Things, we have life jackets. We have outdoor games that you can check out. And we have new partnership with Park and Rec. We have rec center passes that you can check out. We have 2 single-person rec center passes and 2 family passes, so that's for a family of 4. And you check them out for a week, and you have full access to the rec center for a week for free with that pass. So,
Again, for those that wouldn't know or you're new to town, library is right downtown, just on Broadway. There's
Yep.
parking behind, parking on the street, lots of things that way. What are the hours for the library also, general hours?
yeah, general hours are Monday through Thursday from 9:30 in the morning to 8 at night, and on Friday and Saturday from 9:30 in the morning to 5 at night. And in June, we will be closed on Juneteenth, which I think is a Wednesday this year because it's a federal holiday, and so we'll be closed then. But other than that, our regular
Closed
hours
on
apply.
Sundays?
Yep, yeah,
Right.
we're closed on Sundays.
Monday through Thursday, 9:30 to 8, and Friday, Saturdays?
9:30 to 5.
Okay, keep those in mind, write them down. Check out their website, newulmlibrary.org,
Yep.
and Leroy Harris, Programming and Technology Service Librarian. Anything else? Otherwise, we've covered a lot.
No, I think we've covered a lot. We'll let them digest it.
I broke a sweat listening to all this. Good stuff. Hey, that's going to wrap it up. Again, our segment with New Ulm Public Library and Leroy Harris. Thanks for joining us, Leroy.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jim.
That's going to do it, and that's this segment of Something Artsy. Welcome again to another segment of Something Artsy, and we welcome you, our viewers, for our program. We're going to be talking with Amy Johnson from Brown County Historical Society in just a little bit. Something Artsy is produced by State Street Theater, and it's a way to collaborate with other arts and culture entities and people in the area, sharing interesting events and information with viewers. Artsy itself is a collaboration with New Ulm Access Cable Television, as we know them as NewCat, whose filming of this show makes it possible. State Street Theater is grateful to the City of New Ulm for partnering with us, and also thank you to Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council for their grant to make Something Artsy happen. All right, Amy Johnson, Brown County Historical Society. We got stuff to talk about here too. I mean, summertime, as we've been talking to so many folks from New Ulm, it is really a fun time because there's so many offerings, and you folks certainly do have a lot. Let's start with the Kiesling House.
Yes, the Kiesling House is open, will be opening. It is open on, we changed our hours a little bit this year, but we're open on Fridays and Saturdays from 11 to 3 through Labor Day now. So come on over to the
Fridays
Kiesling
and
House.
Saturdays, 11 to 3 through Labor Day.
Yes.
All right, gonna make a note of that. Fridays and Saturday, 11 to 3 through Labor Day. So open and ready to go. Check it out. Why
Open and ready
does
to go.
why does someone want to see the Kiesling House?
Why do they want to see that? So you can, the story of the Kiesling. So the Kiesling House was built in 1861. It was only 1 year old when the U.S.-Dakota War happened. It was built by the Kiesling family, and they lived there for generations and generations. So you can come in and you can see some exhibits about the Kiesling House itself, the stories that the house has to tell, the stories of the family, the story of the house during the U.S.-Dakota War. Upstairs, we do have a film. We do have demonstrators on various weekends. That schedule is not
Okay,
established
okay,
yet.
yep.
And thank you to the New Ulm Area Foundation. We did receive a grant from them this year that will be redoing the paneling as well. So that's pretty exciting. So the exhibit is going to be updated with brand new panels. So we're looking forward to that. But that will be coming mid-season as well. So not quite ready to go with that one.
And if I remember right, it's
small.
it's a building
It's a building.
that is left from the Dakota
Yep.
Indian Uprising.
Yep, it was within the barricaded area of
Yes.
downtown New Ulm that remained. It's a wood framed home, and
Yeah.
there are a few of those left in Brown County. so.
Exactly. Okay, so we covered that. Let's talk about the popcorn wagon because it's
Yes.
popcorn wagon season time.
It's popcorn wagon season time too. And then the popcorn wagon, of course, very grateful to it. Not only is it a working artifact that we use, but it is also one of our fundraisers for the year. And this is run by volunteers. There's a volunteer coordinator, and she recruits and trains the volunteers. And so it's a team of dedicated popcorn wagon enthusiasts that keep this happening. And so we're very thankful to them. Also sponsored this year by Bank Midwest, so thank you to
Okay.
them again for sticking with us for another year.
Yeah.
We also had some other generous donors, so Arneson, Strivent Financial, Quick Trip, AMPI, Runnings, Hy-Vee, Cashwise, all donating to make this popcorn wagon legacy continue. The other exciting thing this year is the popcorn wagon is turning 110. So we're celebrating a birthday this year.
Okay.
So there might be some special events. It was recently a lifestyle feature a few
Yep,
weeks ago.
in the paper, yep.
Yep, just a little bit of history about the popcorn wagon. So we want to keep that coming. Also, we are looking for a submission of photos. So if people have pictures of themselves or their dog or the puppet wagon next to the popcorn wagon, anything, to tell a little bit more story of the popcorn wagon.
And some of those might be from many years ago.
Oh, that would be great.
Yep,
Yep,
right.
we look forward to those as well. We kind of are looking to put a little something together for
In the lifestyle article in the paper, there was a picture of downtown New Ulm taken from
Yes.
on top of one of the buildings, and there's reference to you could see the popcorn wagon
Yeah.
off on the side.
Yep.
So, I mean, we certainly got that date located,
Yeah, so very much.
So is it, the popcorn wagon is used and open on certain dates?
Yep, so it's a special license where the license covers like 10 various dates. And then we try to, as it has kind of historically spoke, like it's kind of paired with special events that are going on throughout the season. So,
Right.
you know, like we're gonna be doing the summer reading kickoff here at the library will be one of our dates. The between the breweries is
on
going to be one.
June 22nd?
Yep.
Yep.
Of course, Bavarian Blast, Crazy Day, Spiking in the Streets, which of course
Gotta
is a
be
huge
there for that,
success,
yeah.
right? And then, you know, the 110th, we're just making a day for its birthday, but Oktoberfest as well. But this year, the popcorn wagon will be operating out by the gas pumps on Broadway, you know, in front of the annex
Yeah.
building, pretty much all the time except for like that downtown Oktoberfest. Then it likes to get involved
Yeah.
and get thrown into the fray and be part of the crowd, so.
And the gas pumps, that's, Retzloff's have the building there and so forth, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bavarian Blast, again, one of those days.
Yep.
Fun thing to check out, the popcorn wagon and the history of it goes back to 1914.
Yep.
Now, if people are interested in volunteering, if you need more yet, how do
Yeah.
they find out that information?
They could contact us at 507-233-2616, 507-233-2616. We can pass your information along to our wonderful coordinator, Yvonne Weber, who we are very grateful for her dedication to the popcorn wagon.
And your website again?
It's www.browncountyhistorymn.org.
Brown County History, MN.
Yep, don't forget the MN.
.org. Okay, Brown County History, MN.org. Check that out. All right, let's move on. One-room schoolhouse out at the
Yeah.
fairgrounds. You guys coordinate something with that. A neat opportunity for young students.
Yeah, and it's filling up fast, so if you're interested, please contact us soon. What we're doing is we'll be out there June 18th and June 20th, so a Tuesday and a Thursday. It's just a morning program. It runs from 9 to 1:30. The cost is $25. And what we have a couple teachers. This is for kindergarten through 5th grade. And so it's just kind of recreating that
Okay.
one-room schoolhouse experience where, you know, they weren't divided up into grade. Everyone learned together, and so the morning is kind of a recreation of what it would have been like maybe learning in a one-room schoolhouse. But then we also have recess time where we play games and activities from that may have been popular at that time. We also
Back in the 19th century.
the kids are welcome to dress up. So a lot of kids dress up kind of like pioneer era
Yeah.
clothing with bonnets or
Long skirts.
long skirts
Yeah.
or whatever. And then, you know, you bring your lunch, and a lot of them will bring them in little metal pails with some food that, you know, my mom was creative and did something special, or else just whatever. You know, everyone is welcome, and we
Guys
look
might
forward
have
to
some
it.
bibs on, knickers, those kind of things.
Yep, and we do, you know, for if you don't feel like you can't come if you don't have an outfit, because we have some extras on site as well, just if you want to. And you don't have to wear a costume either, so
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. It's a fun.
Do you have to be
morning.
from New Ulm to
No.
attend this?
Nope, everyone.
And I can
everyone's
see where
welcome.
someone would have a grandchild and they say, come
Yeah.
on in, we've got something you're really gonna enjoy, and perhaps this, and tap into other things the library
Yeah.
has or whatever, so.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, in the past, it's not, the kids don't really seem like maybe a few of them know each other, but it seems like it's a pretty good mixture of
Yep.
the area of people who are interested in this event.
The dates on this again?
Yep, are gonna be Tuesday, June 18th, and Thursday, the 20th. Now, you don't attend both days.
Yeah, separate
Separate
sessions that are
sessions.
separate to
Yep,
themselves.
so you can pick which one would work better for you
Okay.
and go with that.
All right, again, more information available on that. We need to talk about Lunch and a Bite.
Yes, Lunch and a Bite this season. So we have a full season of Lunch and a Bite. I think we have 7 or 8 presenters that will be coming in this year.
I've gone to a couple of these. These are fun.
Yep.
I enjoy them. They're
Yep.
good.
They're at noon they're on Thursdays most of the time.
Yeah.
But let's see. So it's called Lunch and a Bite, but there's no food served. So just people ask
over
that
the
a lot.
lunch hour.
It's over the lunch hour. I think historically speaking, like at noon, people would bring their lunch, and people are more than welcome to bring food.
Yeah.
After COVID, people don't do that as much anymore, but you still are welcome to bring a brown bag or get something to go and eat so you can get back to work on time.
Yep.
It's about an hour-long program, 45 minutes to 50 minutes with 15 to 10 minutes of question and answer for the presenters. So, and it's free. This is a free program and we love this program.
Yeah, I've gone to a few. I would have loved to have gone to more, not able to, but I've gone to a few of these, and they're always interesting. And you get a good crowd for these.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Yep.
sometimes it's standing room only.
Yeah,
but
so-
you have a lot of chairs down.
We do ask for reservations so that
Yep.
you can, like today's program, we're kicking it off today. And today's program is full to capacity, so we had to say no to.
And again, we're
more people.
recording this in
Yes.
May, so May 23rd.
Yep, so today's the kickoff. But then our June program, we're also looking forward to, again, so make your reservations. You can do that by calling 233-2616, 233-2616, or going to just call, or, yeah, that would probably be the best way. But our June program, we're also very much looking forward to, and it's filling up really fast, so if you're interested, please make a reservation. And that's gonna be Sid and Jan DeLeo. Jan is gonna be speaking about the orphan trains. And so that's kind of like 1854 to 1923. Orphan trains ran from the east coast of the United States through the west to the west coast, making stops to the Midwest with children, and would place them with families. And the DeLeos actually have a history with a relative that were involved with the orphan trains. And so I think they're talking about the difficulty of, finding those relations and finding those people and their stories. So they will be there on Thursday, June 13th, again at noon. Please make your reservations there. Other ones that will be coming up.
Any others in June yet after that one?
Nope,
or-
that's June.
Yep.
And then the next one will be in July, and that's going to be Terry Sweeney talking about Francis Bosson, who was like New Ulm's first lawyer. He had quite the history. Terry Sweeney actually wrote a big book on him. He was also a state rep, lots of various things. Francis Bosson, major accomplisher in the community. So
Terry's a good presenter
And
too.
Terry is a fantastic
he'll
presenter.
He'll keep you entertained
Right.
and on the edge of your seat.
he can talk about Laffelmacher, he can talk about grocery stores,
Yeah.
he can talk about whatever, and it's fantastic.
All
so.
right, let's move on. New exhibit you've got: the rise and fall
Yes.
of the flour industry.
in Brown County. County was huge on flour milling and the mills in general. So this is going to be covering the whole county again, just kind of talking about the rise and fall of it.
Okay, and that is in place now already, right?
That is going to be opening June 15th.
June 15th.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Keep-
actually have some of the millstones that they used.
Really?
That are going to be included in the exhibit.
Wow.
So
Great,
Yeah.
great. We talked a little bit about June 22nd. You'll be involved between the breweries
Yes.
that day and in between sessions, right?
That's going to be a really interesting event. Shells is putting this on and getting a lot of other community players involved. The Junior Pioneers are going to be there. Then Shells has like the memorabilia appraisers, and they're going to be involved. There's going to be food trucks. Of course, there'll be Shells beer. Shells will be having their tours, but the really another interesting portion of this, well, it's going to be in South Park, so we're going to a different location,
Right.
right? So between the breweries, between Shells and between the Houndstein Brewery.
Houndstein.
But the private owners of the Houndstein Brewery area are also involved with this, and they're going to be allowing the public to do some tours with them too, so you can learn a lot about the history of the Houndstein Brewery as well, and kind of see what those grounds look like and hear the story of those grounds. But there'll be music, like 4 or 5 different bands, and then between the bands, the Historical Society and our people that are going to be there will be like Darla Gebhardt and Terry Sweeney are going to be having conversations about some snippets of New Ulm history, again, to celebrate the 170th anniversary of New Ulm this year. So lots of things.
Yeah, wow, that's a good deal. So June 22nd, keep that in mind. Information on the website of Brown County History, mn.org, also shellsbrewery.com has information. We're talking with Amy Johnson. She's the Executive Director for Brown County Historical Society. That's the correct title. Yep, Executive Director.
Yep.
Got it.
It's on upside down, but
No,
just
it's
kidding.
fine.
Just kidding.
It's fine. And you have a new guest curator that's in right
Yes,
now, too.
our guest curator, Lauren Levon. She's going to be showing a collection of photographs that will include national parks, miscellaneous travel, pets, and portraits.
Okay.
So that should be open in the next few weeks as well. So
All right.
June.
Check it out. So many things to be
Yeah.
able to see tied in with Brown County Historical Society. And I remember when I first came to town, that was a post office.
Yes.
And it's a great location to have and has that German feel to it, the design and architecture
Yep.
and so forth.
And then, of course, that's all going on right now, too. Like, the schools, sixth graders are there now, so we look forward to having them tour the museum. So that's kind of the end of their
Yeah.
year thing.
Is all that, there was a lot of tuck pointing or whatever that was going on
Yes.
for a long time. That's all done, isn't it?
No.
No.
That is an ongoing project.
Okay.
So, working on that, but that, the county and some volunteers are working on continuing that process. But we got a
Any-
ways to go.
Yes. Amy Johnson, anything else we need to cover?
I'm sure I'll think about it later,
All right.
of course. But
Phone number again
it is 507-233-2616.
and the website.
It is www.browncountyhistorymn.org.
Got to have that Brown County History, mn.org.
Yes.
Okay, Amy, thanks so much for your work and the
Very
staff over there.
Yes.
I got over there last month. You had the big book sale.
Yes, very much so.
Got rid of a number of books and bought some books for my grandson.
Yes, another one of our fundraisers. So
Yeah.
we thank everybody who attended the book sale. Also, just want to say thanks again to our members and to our volunteers. Like, we couldn't do any of this
Yeah.
without you. We greatly appreciate everybody.
That's going to wrap it up. That's this segment from Something Artsy. We appreciate your viewing. Share with folks you know about all the information that we're sharing with you. Along with Amy Johnson, this is Jim Bartles. We done do it.